Well, let's head to Kenya now, where a company called Lordship Africa has completed a state-of-the-art sales office and fully furnished apartment in Nairobi. Now, during the launch of the luxury office, the leading real estate development and investment company announced that it is now set on developing the tallest private residential building in sub-Saharan Africa. The project will have about 44 floors of fully furnished high-end units. Well, joining us in the studio to tell us all about this new project is Jonathan Jackson. He is the chairman of Lordship Africa. Very welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Now, you say this project will be the first of its kind here in Kenya, in Nairobi. It will be the tallest in sub-Saharan Africa. It will set new standards for residential and commercial development. So tell me, how so?
So we're actually bringing what you would find in a condominium in New York or in Dubai or in Singapore into Kenya. So it'll be like the first of its kind. So we will have in a condominium what you would normally expect to get in any of those international cities. So it's got full of amenities. We've even got a convenience store in the building dedicated to the residential. So, and there's valet parking, there's of course the usual things like spa and gym, indoor heated swimming pool, so all the things that you would normally expect in a full condominium. And that's why we think that it's really an amazing opportunity to offer this to Kenyans here in Nairobi.
Now, of course, it's quite an exciting project for Kenya. They haven't seen one like this before. But I think it is important to talk about Kenya's real estate market as well. Now, you did mention that this investment was informed by research that showed that growth in demand for high-end residential apartments, especially in Upper Hill, which is an upper scale area in Nairobi, was growing. Now, some of the latest property indices here in Kenya released show the opposite. They say actually that there have been significant drops in terms of sales and rents, as well as demand. So what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, well, it's always about location and supply and demand. So yes, there are parts of Nairobi where the supply has really overshot demand. And but in Upper Hill, it's the main business district of Nairobi. You've got all the, and what is amazing, you've got all the banks there, you've got the World Bank there, you've got embassies there, you've got all the hospitals are there, the law courts are there, so you've got all the lawyers based there. So you have 40,000 people working in that area who travel 2 to 4 hours a day in and out to get into that location. So to me, it's an obvious answer is that you need to build residential, good quality residential for the executive community that are living there. Now, there are 1 or 2 projects coming up, but they're mixed schemes. We are a dedicated residential scheme.
Now, another factor is the fact that traditionally, land has been a great investment in Kenya. It's been immune to political risk, but we're currently in a period where political stability in Kenya isn't as stable as it should be. So does that worry you in terms of building this massive project in Kenya, real estate project?
It doesn't worry me at all, because land in nearly everywhere in the world, yes, politics goes up and down. It does delay things for a short period, but in the long run, real estate is a good, solid investment.
Now, tell us a little bit about what to expect once they're done. Give us a sense of the time frame targets of the opening of the building. How much is being a high-end property? How much are they going to cost? You know, tell us.
So we are looking at starting actually in April, demolition in April, and so we will actually start construction in June. We are counting on having it complete by the end of 2020. And in terms of costs, we are actually developing, as you said, fully furnished. So they're being sold fully furnished, and the prices starting from the lower levels at around $220,000, going up to around $350,000 on the very higher floors. And rents in Upper Hill, because of the lack of supply, have stayed significantly higher than the whole of the rest of Nairobi. So your return on investment is somewhere around 20%.
Well, many thanks for joining us. We certainly can't wait to see that project come to fruition. Thank you for joining us in the studio. Of course, that was Jonathan Jackson, and he's the chairman of Lordship Africa.